Hello and welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Friendly Fire Show. It's I, Ryan. I'm joined by most of the usual chuckleheads, I guess. We got Tom.
It's going to be really good because, we only spent like 6 weeks to get the next episode out of a weekly podcast.
Episode 1 of this was February 1st. It aired.
Oh my God, 2 months ago? Are you fucking serious? That's awful.
If you get this put out today, people won't believe you. That'll be good.
You know what? That's a good point. I should really get on editing as soon as it's
Don't
done.
even need to edit. Just put it all straight.
Yeah, we should just be streaming at this point.
You gotta raw dog them.
Tyler.
Hi.
And you already heard the dulcet tones of one Preston Wilkie of the Draft Bunks.
Hello.
Are you saying Tom and I don't have dulcet tones?
Yeah, what the hell? I was told that I have a very nice voice right now.
Yeah, there's a reason we're in podcasting, guys.
Yeah.
We all have faces for radio.
That's
We're recording video too. Don't worry, Preston.
Oh, yeah.
We
There's
do
a
all
reason
have
that your camera is being shared right now.
we do have very low voices. I think Ryan has probably the highest pitched voice out of all of us. Which is surprising.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about voices.
I was Barry White over there. He's fucking low as hell.
We're here to talk about all things video games and then other entertainment stuff too.
That's right.
True story.
That's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, Preston and I went to PAX.
What a crazy thing to happen.
PAX East 2023, and those fools gave us media badges.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. That's the real crazy
walked
thing.
around and kept trying to go into rooms that we weren't actually allowed in, and they kept saying, "Yeah, we get it. You have a media badge. You're still not allowed on the show floor an hour before it starts. You have to wait, go through the chutes like all the other cattle. Get out of here."
And then you just showed them a little dick neck and they let you in.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh fuck, let him go."
Right this way, sir.
Apologies.
Oh, a VIP.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how the show went pretty much. Easy enough. No, it was crazy. We got interviews with developers. Like, we got to make appointments for demos.
Yeah,
Kick people off machines.
felt fancy.
That's
Still
insane.
coming down off of the high of it a little bit, and realizing that the videos we're putting out, it's just like, this is fine. I was really excited about a lot of these interviews, and I mean, I still am. It was really, I don't know. It felt good to get to interview people and have them seem like they genuinely cared to talk to us. But then now it's like, wow, we really were that one follower guy that like walks up and they're like, "We got to talk to you." I mean, we just kind of like, we're paid to be here and to talk to you, so I guess we'll give you some time.
Perks of living on the East Coast.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I think it sucks for Tom and I living in the Midwest. It's like there's nothing like that really out here at all, where you can really do anything. It's East Coast and West Coast, and the Midwest we're just kind of fucked.
Which I'm surprised because there's so many outlets, and like I think news, Game Informer is what,
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, also, you like Chicago is like the third largest city in the country.
Yeah.
So it's like there's nothing that evolves around Chicago. It's like, come on, really?
Sucks to suck, I guess.
Yeah. I need to move. That's what it is.
And they're both
you
north
said
too.
you don't want to move though, so
That's
is there a
I
Canadian?
just
No, we
moved.
go with Canada.
I just did move. So I
No,
don't
like
move
out
fast.
of Indiana.
No. To the crossroads of America, baby.
For tornadoes?
That's true.
Yeah.
Tornadoes were making crossroads at my fucking house last night.
Yeah.
But anyways, so what was the highlight of PAX for each of you?
Ooh. Do you know yours off the top of your head, Preston?
Hanging out with my friend Ryan.
That's a good point.
And
Bob.
and Bob.
You mean Ryan 2.0?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to hang out with Bob for a little bit and go get beers with him. after the show on Thursday night.
Thursday.
All right.
Yeah.
Is Bob as cool in real life as he is?
Exactly. There is no difference between show Bob.
Man,
and
what a
real
treat!
Bob.
That sounds like the best time ever. Then
it was really good.
Yeah, it was a great time, and I think Ryan realized afterwards that because I had my camera and everything with me that we should have sat Bob down and done a 99 questions back at Bob with beards, and that was an incredible thing to do that night. Kicking myself that we didn't do that.
I was so upset.
I think my thing of PAX was, I mean, yeah, just the developer interviews. It was all very fast paced. We were going between from developer to developer. We had them interview them blocked out like every hour or so for the ones that we did schedule, and really we only did like 8, I think.
Yeah.
But it just felt constant. Like you just couldn't rest before the next one, even though the interviews were really only like 10 minutes, but you would talk to them for about 10-15 minutes, play the game for about 20 minutes, and then just go and kind of like regroup and then have to run off to the next one. And a lot of it is that the show floor is so huge that it's about finding where the next booth is. And by the time you find it, it's like, well, we're not going to walk away and go do other things. We're already here. We might as well just get started in. So
you didn't bring your hoverboard with you so you could just fly around?
Kind of zoom right through.
Wish.
Kept
some Heelys just running.
Oh, yeah.
Media badge.
Oh, that's right. The Heelys is the way to go for sure.
Yeah,
or you need some moon shoes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Demon School is maybe one that stands out because it was the one where there was like a separate media room where they're like, here, we're going to pull you into our white void room, and inside the center of their demo area was just the TV for just media and a couch with the PR person. So it's just like, oh, look, we're in another fucking dimension while we're back here playing Demon School.
Yeah, that was really neat. And it's also a really badass game.
Very cool game.
A turn-based RPG, tactics, grid-based RPG.
Ooh.
But with like,
but how many of these are on PC only so that Tyler cannot touch any of them?
This one, Demon School's got some pretty big production. I think it's coming to all platforms. I'm not 100%.
Okay, so you said grid-based tactics. Would you did you ever play Eichenfeld by chance?
No, a little bit.
I was wondering if it was akin to that, because that is one of the greatest games ever created. So.
They said one of their biggest inspirations was Into the Breach, and it shows pretty well. It's still different.
Into the Breach yet,
but they don't want any menus either. Like you just kind of like pick up your character, push it towards another character, and their ability just kind of works. And a lot of what
it's interesting.
Kind of the variety in the gameplay is more about how you pair the characters up against the enemies, and you're able to see what the enemy is going to do on their turn. You're able to, and so everything happens after you select your moves. It does like a quick 6-second flash of everything going on all at once, and then your turn ends, which is a really neat way to do it because it works. It's almost like Dungeons and Dragons, right? Where technically a full round is 6 seconds or whatever. So you're allowed to choose all of your actions, and then it just sums it up in 6 seconds very quickly. And it's neat to kind of get that recap of your decisions.
Mm-hmm. That is coming to everything. Switch, PS4, 5, Xbox One, Series.
Yeah, turn-based like tactical grid combat is one of my favorite things. So that sounds fucking fantastic.
Especially if it's hot garbage, and then he will want us to do a
this one looks
exploration on it. So
what are you talking about?
Chris Tales.
That was the only one that I was like, let's do it. You act like I do it all the time. It was one time, Tom. Move on with your life.
Have we done more than 20 games? So like 1 out of 20 is a pretty good.
I think we have.
ratio.
We probably have done more than 20. Also, stop living in the past. Move on. Jeez. Ryan, tell him. Come on.
I mean,
he can't.
We're gonna live in the past for forever.
Part of One Piece, so
that was.
That was not my choosing.
No, that was Rob telling Ryan, Ryan telling us. So he's a part of
that's how
choosing that one.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I think maybe favorite game for me would have been Pacific Drive, which I was not sure it was going to be.
That game looks so good when I first saw it at the PlayStation.
Yeah, State of Play.
State of Play. It was a couple of months ago, but that looks super interesting when they showcased it. So I'm glad that you liked it because that makes me more excited to play it.
Yeah, big same. I was definitely intrigued at the State of Play, but getting some hands-on time, that 10-15 minutes of demo time really gave me a clue of like what the loop is going to be, and I am in for it wholeheartedly. It's like,
so what is the loop necessarily?
So it is run-based. You're going to be going to this this map that's always the same, but instances and things that are happening on it are always randomized. So different encounters are going to be happening at different places scattered across the map. At the end of the run, it said you escaped with 0 anchors. So clearly there's like specific things we have to be extracting on these runs.
Interesting.
But
I wonder if it's like
I don't think extraction based anything.
Yeah, no, just like collecting one and
Did anybody here play Road 66? Because I think that was similar, like
familiar.
Kind of like a run-based, like choose your own adventure type deal. I'm wondering how akin those two are.
Well, this has a little more survival game mechanics to it, but less about like surviving yourself. Like there's no hunger meter, but your car has like 8 meters on it. Each panel on your car has a meter you've got to keep up. Your motor has a meter you got to keep up. So like your survival is your vehicle, which is also right up my alley.
Don't I know it? That's my life, baby.
Yeah, that's true. And they're not going for anything as realistic as like SnowRunner with its driving, or anything as real as like Car Mechanic Simulator with its taking apart and putting back together, or anything
it's
is
all
like
in like big chunks. Like you take your entire engine out at once.
Yeah.
And you can just lift it and throw it, which is great.
Easy peasy.
So can I in real life?
Yeah.
600-pound engine, no problem.
Yeah, but there's like, it's basically a paranormal-ish event has occurred in the Pacific Northwest, and as you're driving through it, there's like all these abnormalities where maybe like this underground saw will start like coming through and popping up and attacking your car, and you just have to drive away. It's not like you have any combat or any offensive capabilities. It's just how well you can keep your car together. And then there was one where it was like anti-gravity. So as you're driving along, you see a strip of anti-gravity that'll throw you into the air, and then you just come slamming back down once you're out of that field. And it's cool. It's very atmospheric too.
That sounds cool.
There was a section where I was driving along, and you could see like taillights and headlights off into the woods off to the right. And so as I was pulling up, I decided to just kind of slow down and look at it. And what they did was it was a bunch of crash test dummies that looked like they were walking towards this crashed car off into the woods, and all of it's really dark and misty and shrouded. And it just felt eerie because, of course, you have only the light of the headlights and the taillights really shining on all of these. It was something like 40 different crash test dummies out in this field. It was terrifying.
Yeah, they're super creepy. Those freaking dummies.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
And I mean, we only get like 15 minutes, so it's hard to figure out how satisfying the loop and the upgrade system is going to be, but it felt pretty good from what we got to play.
Yeah.
Cool.
But video games for me, I mean, Begone Beast, which is always just really good in my opinion. It's very cutesy. It's a Left 4 Dead isometric kind of fighter thing, or shooter.
The dev said it's Left 4 Dead mixed with Mario Party, and watching the video back, that feels so accurate. It's like
that sounds fucking awesome.
It's something you guys would have fun with the kids.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
and,
that doesn't sound as good.
They're gonna be doing
I spend enough time with my children.
They plan on doing like modifiers to where there could be permadeath that you could add. Are you okay?
Permadeath going on.
You like yell a little bit.
Right
Sorry, Rachel had a cabinet fall on her.
Oh,
just a second. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this little 4-player isometric thing. You're these kids in this very spooky world, and you're like fighting through. But it's this very like party-esque arcade, hectic environment and play style, which is why like it's great for kids. And they've got customizable per character difficulty. Jesus, that cabinet!
The cabinet door that just it was an up top cabinet door. Decided to come down and fall off. So I'm gonna fix this real quick. Not actually fully fix it.
Just each kid's got a flashlight, and that manifests a different weapon, and that's how they fight back against the monsters in the darkness. But like they're talking about customizable difficulty per character. So like if you're playing with a kid who's maybe not as good at aiming, and or maybe not as can't handle the waves of enemies coming at them the same way, you can like have enemies direct towards you a little bit more, and
Sure.
allow for asymmetrical skill levels with having challenged for everybody in the game and having fun. Still, we got to do one run. It was very fun. It's got a one of the fun buttons, which is always good. It's if you hold the right trigger and you run and scream, so you're just screaming the whole time as you run around.
What's it called again?
Begone Beast.
Okay, I'm writing these down. The other one was called Demon School, right?
Demon School. Yeah. I mean, we could go over everything we saw.
No. I just like the highlights. Like those two sound very good.
Yeah.
So, sound like something I would play.
I know I got Tom into Death Road's tournament, which we got to see there.
Yeah, I haven't. Ben was playing it the other day at work when we were doing our certification because he was just listening to the classes and then playing on his laptop, which we all just had the work iPad, so he couldn't really do anything. But he was playing it because he won the code from you streaming it the other day. But he was enjoying it. So,
and what is that one?
Deck building roguelite in a Mad Max world.
How would you say the deck building is like akin to Slay the Spire?
It definitely Slay the Spire influence.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What's this called again?
Death Road's tournament.
Yeah, and they like in between rounds or in between runs, you'll kind of get an upgrade at certain points. So let's say you put a minigun on the front of your car. Then what that is you'll get a card that allows you to shoot 3 spaces in front of your car. So you need to maneuver your car to get behind the enemy, then shoot. And all of these take up like turns and actions. But it's neat because whenever you actually get those upgrades, they show it in the game. Like you'll see the minigun be put on your car. And I it's sort of little things like that whenever the customization of your run is actually tangible, that kind of draws me in on those kinds of games.
Yeah, I think the way that cards are tied to car parts is really good for anti-bloat, deck bloat, because you're always losing some cards to gain some other cards, so you're not just constantly adding to this deck that's 100 cards.
What is the deck size? Does it give you like a capacity?
It's like maybe 18, 20. It's not huge.
That's pretty small, yeah.
It varies though, because each piece of your vehicle has 1 to 3 cards.
Well, and I saw one engine that had 5 cards on it, but they were 5 of the same card. Like the engine only had the hard shift card or whatever it's called, but they had 5 of them. So you're balancing, and like the same weapon at different levels can have more attacks. Like there's one weapon that's on the roof of the car and shoots 1 space in all 8 directions around you, and then the level 1 version of it just does that, shoots all 8 spaces once in a turn. And then the level 2 version will have you can shoot 1 space specifically that you choose around yourself and a card in there that shoots everything around you at the same time in 1 turn. So different levels of the same equipment are going to give you access to even more
and
cards.
they could add health or energy or as they go up higher too.
Yep.
So the base one may not have any plus HP, and then the next one may have plus HP.
That sounds pretty fun.
It is, yeah. I'm digging it.
Play it on your computer.
I'll play it on this computer. I don't care.
It doesn't take a lot.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Also, a good wasted game is going to be Blackout Protocol.
Yes.
Again, top-down isometric shooter where you'll get upgrades to your guns and stuff as you do a run, and it is run-based as well. But it's really fucking hard. Like, We
like
played with
harder
a
than
random.
Wasteland 3 hard because that game was hard as fuck.
Well, it's because it's not going to be turn based either.
Mhm.
It is very much like what was the one that came out this last year that was good? Went to Game Pass.
No, the Ascent.
The Ascent, yeah.
Mm.
It's a little bit more in that vein, but it's very specific dungeon crawling, and you're
That sounds
going
pretty
from
good.
run to run. And we played with a random. Shout out Eric. I know you're watching from up high, buddy. But no, he's still alive, I think.
I
But
was like, this guy die already? What the fuck happened? Jeez.
Played
Wait
with
it
him
out.
and
He
he
walked
chilled him.
away.
It's such a great time that he just is like, yeah, I'm gonna end it here.
And-
What's the aesthetic of this game?
Sci-fi shooter. You know,
Yeah.
All right, Tom, we might
If
be able to
you-
play this.
Did you play Helldivers?
Oh, we played the fuck out of it. I mean, I think we
Yes.
only played it a little bit, but I played the fuck out of it when it first released with my buddy
Yeah.
Jeffrey a lot.
Is
Kinda
it going to
reminds me
beat
of
out Dungeon of the or Endless Dungeon though? Because that is one that I'm looking for. That comes
Yeah,
out
we've been
in
talking about Endless Dungeon for a while.
2 months
Oh,
or
I
a
have no
month,
idea.
I think.
Oh,
I
I think
haven't seen that one. I'll have to watch it.
think we have some space before Blackout
Yeah.
coming out. It's
Oh.
probably
Yeah.
later this year.
Yeah,
But
Endless
it was
Dungeon looks
difficult. We were actually doing really well with our comms and calling out, and kind of we very quickly understood some of the mechanics of like you have to use your flashlight in order to keep some enemies at bay. So like as I was running forward, I would turn around, I'd walk backwards, but moving forward to shine my light past Ryan and Eric while they shine their light past me to keep the enemies off of me. And it's very team communication oriented, and we still just got annihilated. And we were really killing it on the communication. I don't know.
is
what
it like a
happened in-
4-player team or a 3-player?
I think
Three.
it's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-player.
How would a 2-player team fare? Because Tom and I usually do wasted just the two of us.
Yeah, that would be my worry. And I think that they said it is not balanced yet
Mm.
for 2
Yikes.
people.
Yeah.
But that would be coming maybe later. So they really did say it's tuned for 3, which is rough.
Well,
Hopefully
Brian,
they
you'll
have
just have to play Wasted with us for.
Yeah, I'm down to play some Blackout
It's
Protocol.
gonna be like a GTFO, and you don't have a full party. You are
Yeah.
fucked.
Bugs.
That's
Yeah,
what I've heard
since
about
we're
this
done with-
one.
Since we're done with Anthem, you can just join us on that.
Oh,
When the time comes for it.
what a
Um,
short and sweet.
Yeah, that's all gonna
Wasted
depend
for
because
Anthem.
fucking if we do Diablo, that's gonna be a long one. I think
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
we'll
rare.
see. I mean,
once a week. I mean,
yeah, we'll see.
and then one more, just because I think it was like the most unique from a genre perspective that we got to see. Every Day We Fight.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was really good.
Because it is an XCOM tactics game, right? But also it's Gears of War.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's
So this is like Gears
early-
Tactics, is what you're saying.
It's early build, so yeah, it's got that idea of Gears Tactics or XCOM where you are getting into position. You have your AP that then you go through and your moves. But
Did anybody here
If
play
I-
Gears Tactics?
A
yeah, I
little bit.
loved it.
Okay, it's
played,
great
like,
fucking
about
game. That
half
game
of it.
fucking rules.
Yeah,
Okay.
but with this, like, you go into cover, you decide to shoot. Whenever you go to shoot, you actually have to do the aiming,
Oh,
and so it'll
good.
zoom into a third person perspective. You'll aim, shoot at the enemy, and where you hit them matters. They've got a icon for bullet spread, and so you'll know kind of
That sounds
if
so
I
good.
aim at their chest, I'm gonna obviously have a better
Yeah.
chance of hitting them. If I aim at their head, it might bullet spread out around them, but if they're close enough, that bullet spread is still gonna fill up on their head, and so you're
But that
good.
depends on like what kind of weapon you use, right? So like if you're using a sniper,
Right,
that spread
right.
is going to be tighter.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then if you like set Overwatch, right? Whenever someone comes around a corner and they walk into your Overwatch field, it'll immediately throw you into that shot.
Mhm.
And so it's like if you're
It's more
if you-
active.
yeah, way more active. If you
Mhm.
Oh,
take
that
your
sounds
hands
so
off of
good.
The computer, and you
yeah, I'm
get
looking at
into
it
an
on Steam
Overwatch,
right now.
and you'll just miss a shot. And
That
again,
sounds so good.
also difficult. It's
I'm sure
It's early alpha.
What's it called?
Play.
Every
day we fight.
Every day we fight.
Don't go to everydaywefight.com though, because that was something
that was
else.
different.
That sounds so good. That's like that is perfectly up my alley. Because that's like the one thing about tactics game that's like always annoying to me is like I love being able to go around and shooting stuff, but not being able to control that gunfire. So having that added like objective of like I control where the bullets are actually going.
Yeah, and there's like
that's perfect.
You can lean. So one of the things that he showed was I was up on a balcony rooftop, and there was an enemy that would have been like right under me, but over to the left a little bit, going through a doorway. And that enemy would have kind of flanked one of my guys, but because I had my turn, I was able to get up to shoot, then do a full lean and get a better angle and get the shot off. And it
that
really is
amazing.
Like, they filled a gap in this concept and in this genre that it's kind of like I didn't realize that this was something that should have been missing done a long time ago.
Yeah.
Did they say platforms on that? Because so far I only see PC.
Yeah, almost definitely. It's only going to be PC for a while.
I'll download it on PC. I don't give a fuck. What were this? I mean, was it like crazy specs, or it seemed all right?
No, it didn't seem too bad. But again, maybe it will, but it honestly did not run well.
Yeah,
and there was some major UI and UX updates that they need to make, but they knew all of that. They were aware of every gripe that I had. They were saying like, "Oh yeah," they would kind of anticipate. And before I would even gripe about it, they're like, "Yeah, it's not."
Did
really
they say
clear.
how long it had been in development?
Year and a half, 2 years, I think that one, which is why that one's like
right.
earlier on their development.
That's pretty early. I mean, really.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a couple that they're like, it's been in development for 6 months. It'll be out in 2. It's like, whoa, that's
what the fuck?
Crazy development time. But these are very small studios that are.
Yeah, there's not much of a benchmark yet. 2.5 gigahertz processor, 8 gigabytes RAM.
That's one.
Really all it has right now.
I walked away from it really loving the concept and not super loving the execution. But again, it just needs a lot more.
There's promise there,
yeah.
Okay. I think I hit all the big PAX ones I wanted to talk about. Preston?
I think so too. Salvage was a really cool board game that's very much almost like Deep Rock Galactic meets Gloomhaven, and it's got a lot of potential for strategy, and it's a pretty bulky boy, but it's just one of those things that unless you have a dedicated group that you can play board games with that want to put in who knows how many hours running, tens of scenarios, then it's not necessarily going to be a good investment.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything major that we played. I was kind of disappointed. They had like Dead Island 2 there, Wreckfest. There was a couple of
like regular Wreckfest or like Wreckfest 2?
I'm sorry, I keep calling it Wreckfest.
Recreation. Yeah.
Recreation. Okay, I was like,
okay, but those like the new Silent Hill remake was there.
That was there? Really?
No, I'm sorry, not Silent Hill. Shit, I don't remember which. It's a horror game that is returning, but it was not Silent Hill.
Ryan would know. He's a horror game aficionado.
Yeah, I definitely stopped and checked it out.
But those lines were always crazy, and you just weren't gonna get to the front.
Oh yeah, the big one. Yeah, anything super big game.
So, what was like the biggest takeaway from going to PAX for the first time?
Make sure to go on weekdays and don't make your appointments on weekdays, so you could have time to actually sit down and play games. Like you would go and wait, and we would go and wait in line for 15-20 minutes, right, at the least, and then it would just kind of push into all of your other plans for the rest of the day. Like really, if y'all go, but are you just talking about generally about the industry?
Just in general, your specific thoughts. Because I have no idea, because it's like I've never been. I know just a little bit just from what I've read about it, so
just
your impressions.
Indie world is fantastic to talk to. I mean, whenever you would go to the Dead Island 2, we didn't really talk to anyone there, but just as an example, they're going to have PR people instead of more direct developers that have more skin in the game.
Yeah.
And so getting to talk to the indie developers that are like putting everything that they have on the line for these games is very interesting, and they're super passionate about all of it. And I only wish that we had gone in with a little bit more of a game plan and a set of questions to rely on a little bit better, because I found myself floundering a lot whenever it came to getting the interviews going and kind of figuring out like, what is the actual point that I want to get to in this interview?
Yeah.
But they were so cool. So unbelievably welcoming and nice across the board for the indie devs.
Yeah. And you know what? I honestly, just the whole show, passionate and nice, I think are two words that really define PAX very well. We were in the overflow media room at one point, just relaxing in between things going on.
Oh yeah.
And there was one dude already sitting in there. Another dude comes walking in, just start chatting about food and geography, because he noticed the Draft Punk shirt Preston was wearing and was talking about this bar in Seattle, Draft Punk. And they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So that all started there. And then halfway through the conversation, he's like, oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Jerry. I founded PAX. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay. Sorry, what? I didn't know we were talking to you. And I had like just handed him my card, and I was like, you idiot. You fool. He doesn't care. But he was
But he
super...
might, though.
Right. And he put it in his wallet. So we're he's going to give me a call later.
You guys are going on a date.
That's his conference wallet. He just burns that at
Yeah, he just throws it away.
It was very
He's like, fucking nerds.
just an incinerator. He just
outside.
slides it in on a little thing.
Yeah, he was again really nice, and there was someone came in like wanting to interview him, and the guy was really apologetic and kind of stumbling over himself a little bit, and could tell he was pretty frazzled. And Jerry was just like, hey man, chill out, like it's cool, like I'm not too worried, I've got nowhere else to be, this is my conference, what else am I going to be doing?
I just smoked 2 joints.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said. He was like,
ate a brownie.
I've been down at the bar drinking, so it's cool. Which is probably why he actually talked to us.
Maybe, but you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm going to go grab another beer right now. Give me 1 second.
I guess let's let Tyler get back. I should tell the Alana Pierce story.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, there was a couple of good, I don't know, it's kind of like there are a lot of games there that I was like, oh, this is really neat, but I'll never probably pick up. I mean, pretty much all of the ones that we're covering, I'll pick up, and like Homeseek, right? We have some codes for that. It's a strategy RPG or real-time strategy city builder in the post-apocalypse, much like Frostpunk. And it's cool, and I liked the concept. I just am already, this is a stacked ass spring, right? Like there's so many games to play.
Yeah.
That it's hard to say, like, I'm going to make time for this indie game and make sure that we do more work with it or whatever.
Well, it's also not 1.0. I think, we could
Yeah.
do some content with it, make a couple streams, and then be like, we will be coming back to this on full release, let all the polish come, and then we'll have our fun. That's the other one you got a code for, Tom. I don't know if you've had a chance to play it at all.
No, I have it installed, but I haven't started it up yet.
Yeah, I haven't started the home version yet. Because I only watched Preston play last time when we were at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right. So one more story, Tyler. I got to meet Alana Pierce while we were at PAX.
That's a pretty strong word.
I spoke with Alana Pierce. Alana Pierce touched me.
Oh my god!
Not how I would word it. No,
and then he came. Just kidding.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know who this person is. So.
She's Funhouse.
She's a writer at Sony right now.
Yeah, she is a writer for God of War. But she was in video game journalism for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
She's roughly my age, Ryan's age.
Yeah, She does a podcast with everybody's favorite Troy Baker and
Boo.
someone else. I can't remember. But yeah, just a really big name in the gaming industry and someone that's really influential.
Yeah. We had gotten one of the games we stopped at was from an Australian team, and we had gotten a box of Tim Tams in the media bag from them. So we're walking around the show, and I just have the Tim Tams sticking out of the backpack.
What's a Tim Tam?
It is an Australian sweet treat.
Chocolate wafer?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a thick Kit Kat, but with thinner wafers. More airy wafer in it.
It's very good.
It's good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Better than a Kit Kat?
I would put it above a Kit Kat. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you like Kit Kats?
They're all right. Not my favorite, but far from my least favorite.
So is this a good comparison? If you don't like the Kit Kat, but you like
my wife's favorite candy. My wife's favorite candy.
But they're also big. They're like a good.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. It's more like a cookie and less like a candy bar kind of deal.
Yeah.
But they're Australian. And I get a tap on the shoulder while we're waiting for a Corgi's Cozy Hike. And it's Alana Pierce, not unbeknownst to me, because I wasn't making the connection, because masks were on, there's the fracas of the crowd. I barely heard what she asked the first time around. But
also, how dare you touch another human being at this point?
Right, it was kind of
like, why are you touching me? What the fuck?
And just turn around and punch her in the face.
Don't touch me. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
It was
she
can I have a Tim Tam?
He was asking about Tim Tams.
Yeah, have one, no problem. Oh my god, thank you. You don't know what this means. It's like, oh, there's the Australian accent. Now that all
you don't know what this means. I do know what this means, actually.
Yeah,
I'm giving you a piece of candy. It's not that big a deal.
Right.
Like, chill out.
And then we walked away a couple minutes later. It's like, Ryan, you know that was Alana Pierce, right?
I was like, what the fuck, Preston?
Who she was. And again, it was just sort of
that's how it should be, though, right? It's like, because at the end of the day, we're all just people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that was what I kind of liked. You could tell that I think she was probably just in a rush to go see something or do, but I think she was just like, I cannot get caught up with.
He's like, I need to steal this guy's candy.
Right. I just want to Tim Tam, and I want out.
If he wasn't so tall, she would have just taken it right out.
Right. Yeah, she did not want to.
Did you like tower over? You're like, get out of here.
Not as much as you. She was pretty tall, but I mean, I towered over most people at the convention, except for the dude in the Warhammer Space Marine cosplay who was like 10 feet tall.
That was sick. There was a guy that I'm pretty sure was a 2-scale Space Marine suit.
Super cool.
And it was huge.
Preston, how tall are you?
I'm gonna say 5'8". I'm rounding up.
Isn't it annoying being around Ryan?
Yeah, it's awful.
He's so fucking tall.
Yeah, but then you also get to be around Jeffrey, and then you feel like a giant yourself.
But Preston doesn't really know Jeffrey. You do, but Jeffrey's like 5'4". But being around Ryan, it's like, Ryan, you're too fucking tall.
I know. All right, we've got to have this conversation.
Like, Jesus Christ!
Like this the whole time.
You're like hanging out with Ryan. You're like, I
just the one.
You're like, just put me on a backpack and carry me around.
The last day of the show, we're setting up for some video impressions, and Preston's like, fuck you, Ryan, you're too tall. I can't get both of us in frame evenly.
Yeah, I just kept having to be like, okay, it was like, you know.
Yeah,
like
you guys gotta like distort yourselves.
Yeah,
it's like when they filmed the Lord of the Rings, like all the hobbits had to be back here, and then Gandalf.
John Rhys Davies is like way up in the background.
Yeah, Ryan, you're too tall. You need to get your legs shortened.
Yeah, that's
just off at the knees.
Right. That may be a little too much. But yeah,
that's great.
That's PAX.
It was
awesome. Time. I'm super jelly.
I'm very sad we won't be able to do West, or I won't be able to do West.
Yeah,
but it's just you. I mean,
how you supposed to fly out there? You know,
right?
I mean, I could venture that way. My brother lives in California. They go to San Diego Comic-Con all the time.
But it's in Washington, right?
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah, but it's over there. Like, I can get over there.
Yeah, but Washington isn't like close to California, really.
Close enough. I'm on the same side of the fucking Americas at the least.
Yeah, I guess when it's all relative.
I guess, yeah. When you think about the West Coast, but like California is like not close to Washington really at all.
But yeah, we'll be going back next year, and I think once you have a badge, it's very. I mean, not like it was hard to get a badge this time around, but
to be honest, I can't believe we got a badge.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't either. That
Yeah.
we got one.
Yeah, but you guys have like a little bit more popularity than we do. Like we don't got a lot going on. to run this
We're
site.
floating in the stream on the gutter, waiting to fall down and
it's
find
like-
fucking Georgie.
Really, if like we weren't friends with people, like nobody would watch this show. You know what I mean?
But we do. It was shout out to Jacob, who
Is he
just
dead
kind of
too?
Yeah, R.I.P.
sending us media badges from on high, buddy. From Canada, so he's on high.
He is
But,
on-
Yeah, there you go.
He is on high. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it was just a super straightforward system. And that
We
was
need a
I don't know.
Midwest show, man. Tom and I could tag team that. It'd
Yeah.
be great. Because he and I are both like halfway to Chicago, so we could perfectly fucking tag team that.
Mhm.
It's like 4
Have y'all-
hours to Chicago.
Yeah, it's about 3.5 for me. So
Have y'all watched Noisy Pixel? Anything? They're a review
no,
site.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't watch anything. I'll be honest.
Also a big site, but
I don't even watch us, so
Oh, I
in
watch
the
it.
media room. I just like it was the last day, and it was like, all right, I've got about 50 more business cards. I'm gonna put myself out there.
Your wallet's like this fucking big.
Yeah.
It's like an
I'm gonna put
encyclopedia.
myself out there.
It
and
just
start
goes out
handing
there and just there's-
cards.
He's gonna
I'm
have
not
like
doing
fucking
that in the
hip
crowd.
dysplasia just sitting on his wallet driving home.
But yeah, I walked up to a trio of people sitting at a table in the middle of the media room, and everyone we had spoken to up until this point is around the same size. You know, pretty much everyone was larger than ours, but around the same size, right? And handed them my card, and they're like, we didn't bring cards this year. We didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but everyone has cards, and we feel so dumb. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. Like, what outlets are y'all from? They're like, oh yeah, we're Noisy Pixel. Just like, fuck, of course. The one time I feel like, but they were really nice. They were really friendly. It's not like they were kind of. One of the guys is kind of looking at me like, why are you over here? What kind of connection are you trying to make here? This is not a follow situation here, buddy. But everyone else they were all kind
Just
enough to
There
give
to hang
me their
out.
time.
For
Yeah.
me, it would just be like, I just want to go there to hang out. You know what I mean? And just like talk
Right,
to people who have that same passion, especially for like indie games, because like indie games are the darling of the industry.
Mhm.
I think we all find that one indie game a year where it's like,
Yeah.
this is my fucking game.
Yeah.
I think like last year, your guys's was
Immortality.
Immortality.
So good. Game of
Absolutely.
the
know-
year by some metrics.
See some.
And it's just like it has such a huge impact on the gaming industry, but it's also still niche at the same time, which I think is so interesting. And that's why I love that experience for you guys of like going to PAX and stuff. It's like I wish I could be in that atmosphere because it's had such a big impact on me and like what I've learned about the gaming industry and games in general over the last like 10 years for me and like playing video games and how much my taste has changed. It's very unique and interesting and I love it so much. They
Yeah.
do so much for us. And it's like
And they're
all
super friendly. Like,
yeah, and it's like they do it all because they have the same passion as we do, but they're like, I want to take that passion to another level and like make something for these people to experience that same kind of
Yeah.
feeling that I have that other people have created for us. And it's great, so shout out to all the indie devs out there. You guys are doing the Lord's work. It's
well, and
incredible.
that's one of the big shitty things about E3 being canceled that a lot of the major journalists are sort of bringing up is like that was a massive outlet for
Yeah.
indie game companies to
Mm.
be seen. Like
Yeah.
if you're on an online, I think one that I saw recently was the email list for pitches for any sort of online showcase is ridiculously long, and you're almost never actually going to be seen among all of those emails. But if you're physically there on a show floor and you were able to get there, you have way more chance of a random journalist seeing your presentation being like, oh, that looks pretty neat, I'll stop off and now I should give
Yeah.
some promotion. Like you just don't get that without those in-person conventions. And so losing E3 as an in-person event is just a pretty big blow to indie games in general.
So shout out to PAX for being that
keeping
one
that alive.
big giant. And then also Kind of Funny Games, their Kind of Funny
Oh,
Games
yeah.
showcase. They do a huge showcase in June. So, shout out to them because I'm sure they'll keep a bunch of indie games alive too from doing that. So
Yeah, absolutely. And also, real quick, before we get into it, before we move on, I know we've been on PAX for a while, but Tyler, like you were saying about just sort of the passion of the industry, something that Ryan and I really noted on our way back, we did a quick stream in the car, but the idea of like
car stream?
Little car stream, yeah.
We it's sort of the idea
Talk about a
of,
Pacific Drive, am I right?
We surround ourselves with people that play games, right? Like in our daily lives and of course online lives, we have friends that pretty much everyone likes games. It's not like we're getting in scenarios where
I don't have friends.
Oh, right. But it's still like a completely different level of a celebration of games, but also an acceptance of absolutely everyone there just for who they are.
Acceptance of self. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a matter of just kind of like being able to be comfortable in your own skin and just kind of allowing.
Honestly, that's like the thing that I'm the most jealous about that you guys got to experience.
Yeah.
It's just like going there and being like, this is what I'm passionate about. And like all these other people are like, same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just a complete community outpour of like love and appreciation for games.
Yeah.
And for each other for liking games. It was so cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Because like in my job and in my industry, I don't really talk to people at all. So it's just like I keep all that shit to myself. It's like it's my own hobby I do by myself. I don't talk to anybody at work. Tom, I'm sure you're somewhat similar. Going out and seeing customers and stuff. It's like kind of keep that shit to yourself. So to be able to just like go and surround yourself with people who have that little hive mind, it sounds so great. Because there's nothing better than just like having a bunch of people around you that are passionate about the same thing and being able to talk about it and just celebrate it and just like love it for what it is and the art form that it is and all the things that it represents, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the innovation. It's a unique experience that only we as gamers understand, and it's something that I try to get my wife to understand sometimes, where it's like, hey, why are you going to staying up late? Why don't you come to bed? It's like, well, I'm playing this game. Well, why are you playing that? Because I'm having a very unique experience that is, significant to me that like you don't understand. And like the way that a team of people created this thing, and now I'm able to experience that thing that they created and sunk their time into. It's such a unique medium,
Yeah.
It's incredible. So shout out to video games.
Shout out to video games.
Good.
Shout out to video games.
Hot take.
I appreciate
game's
you,
pretty
video
good.
game.
Yeah. Turns out this video game podcast loves video games. Crazy.
Never would have saw
I
it
think
coming.
they're going somewhere, these video games.
Which is a great segue. Because what games are you guys playing?
Destiny, mostly.
All right, I'm gonna go get another beer.
I don't know so much about playing Destiny, so much.
I'll let y'all talk about Destiny for the next 45 minutes.
Don't need to talk about Destiny for 45 minutes. We did get to do a raid though, so
yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, we haven't been on here since Lightfall came out, so let's hear about it.
That's true. I mean, mechanically, Lightfall very good. Narratively, fine.
Yeah, it's nothing too exciting. I'm not ever into Lightfall or Destiny for the narrative, so I don't mind at all because I'm having fun, and that's all. Getting into that sort of like late game grind and really sort of min-maxing every little thing to the point of putting armor mods on your armor like a nerd.
You haven't beaten the campaign yet. When you did the raid.
The campaign, yeah. But there's so much like.
Hold on, you hadn't beaten Destiny 2's campaign?
No, Lightfall.
No, the new Lightfall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We should say real quick. Shout out to Lance Reddick.
All right, rest in peace. Yeah.
Savala.
Well, I think we got months of him yet because he had a bunch of content already recorded. So Zavala won't be going away anytime.
That's so fucked
Too
though.
quickly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
There's something weird about it. Yeah.
here's all this extra shit that this guy recorded that is just like in the pike coming down, but he's.
I mean, you still get a little remnants of people doing a little Zavala like ritual or memoriam over by him. Not like that first.
Yeah.
That Friday and Saturday, there was just like if anybody was in the tower, they were all over there.
Yeah, but absolute great character actor that we lost way too soon. Like 60 is way too young. So, but continue, Preston. Sorry.
Yeah. So we did the raid last night, and that's the first time I had ever done any raid.
Any raid ever?
So mechanically,
Yeah.
this one really
Or like
wasn't bad.
a raid in Destiny.
Any raid ever in any game, actually.
Holy
now
shit.
that I think
I
about
say
it.
World of Warcraft raids are much more involved and a lot more
Right.
people.
I agree. I've done a couple of World of Warcraft raids and I've done a couple of Destiny raids, and the World of Warcraft ones are fucking tough.
Well, in all things considered, like the guys were really friendly. In terms of, I could tell they were just like, "What is this tire that is chained around our ankles?"
It really wasn't noticeable until we hit that
until the end,
last
yeah.
boss,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it was like Preston was dying immediately, and we were not hitting the damage we needed to get done.
I need
Yeah.
to know. Preston, are you trash, bro?
Pretty trash.
He's very underleveled. He didn't have any mods. Like one of the guys noticed.
No mods, Preston?
He literally looked at his armor. He's like, "You have 2 recovery."
Out of
I've never
100.
seen anybody. Yeah, out of 100, there's 2 recovery.
I love that, dude. That's so fucking cool that you're like, I'll do this right,
bad.
bro. No problem. It's fine. I got it.
It's real bad. Yeah, so I went and put on some mods, and I went from 2 to 42. So, and,
Was that it? Was that enough?
no, I still suck.
No.
But, and a lot of it was just hitting my shots with the grenade launcher that I had, because there was like twice where I tried to
class
shoot
are you
the
playing
grenade
as?
launcher. Titan. I was shooting at the boss.
He
and
looks
I would
like
just clip on something and kill
Joe
myself.
Q fucking Titan too. Like if you look at him, he was
Yeah.
very just vanilla, looking
Yeah.
like a Titan.
But they were super nice. Like the team
Yeah.
was really kind of generous with their time in order to. I mean, they were just getting their ults. Their
6-person
ults through.
squad.
Yeah. But and so I was really appreciative. I don't think it's anything that I'm super interested in getting into. It's like whenever I'm leveled, I'll do the raid, but I have no interest in worrying about in-game grind in any way.
Dude, that is me. All right. We're living the same life right now.
Yeah, it's not interesting to me.
Not at all. It's like
No.
I beat Destiny 2 and I was like, I love this. This was great. I'm done. I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
exactly
like
how
half of the
goes.
game because over half of it is
Right.
end game content, the living stuff.
It's not though, you know.
But it is.
It's
It
not
is.
though.
The fact that
if
you
you
don't
want
like it doesn't mean it.
but
it
like
isn't.
no, when it launched, when Destiny 2 launched, and like that was all there was Destiny 2. When you beat it, that was it. You know what I
No,
mean?
it
It's
wasn't.
like
That
we're good.
wasn't it.
I got it. We're good.
I felt satisfied.
Exactly.
I got mine.
Yeah, I did what I wanted to do. I'm good.
Yeah, I'll get my strand and still hop back in for weekly missions and stuff like that. But getting
It's
into
hard
the,
though. Like
I
playing
can't
living
dedicate
games
that
is
time.
hard.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of time to dedicate.
It is. And
Um,
it's like hats off to you guys for finding the time to do it. It's just that is so much pressure to like be like, I'm gonna do these quests, I'm gonna do this, this quest as it comes out and launches, and oh, there's this event and all that. It's a lot, dude.
Well, and
Playing
again-
living games is hard.
These guys were grinding their third alt. Like,
I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
what that
them.
I don't
Those
know what
guys
that
play a
means,
ton.
dude.
No, they
it's
got all
their
3 of their
third character
characters. So
alt.
they play Titan Hunter and Warlock.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
rotate through all of the in-game content.
Both of you?
Every single character.
mean,
No,
both.
no, not these guys.
Oh,
No,
the
some of
guys
the
we're playing
clan
with
guys
us.
that help fill
Yeah.
in.
But I just can't. I mean, I couldn't even get a fraction of that sort of.
yeah, I have
dedication.
played as a hunter, and that was it. You know.
Hunter Squad.
And the game is good. You know, the gunplay is amazing, and you know the concept is amazing, but it's a lot of time. It's
Tom, you're more into the grind and the build, right? The builds.
He loves that game.
Yeah, because I get to play with my dad.
Before we did Spelunkers, that's all Tom did. So it's like now he's back. He's back to it, and it's like I don't see Tom anymore, and I'm like, "Where's my buddy? Where's my friend? I don't see him. He's gone."
To be fair, there really hasn't been a lot that's come out that I wanted to play anyway.
I've lost him. He's gone. My homie, where'd he go?
Well, now I've hit. Now it's like it's not that bad. Like literally the weekly stuff. If you wanted to knock out everything in 2 hours in one night, you could do it. Like all of the pinnacle stuff, and then you wouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
because even those last like the season quests, you can. It's usually like one quest that takes maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
But it's like for you guys to be able to find the time to do that, I can't do it because it's like that's Fortnite for me, you know.
Which is a living game.
I know that, but you have to choose.
You just like Fortnite more than you like Destiny,
right? I mean, that's
correct.
like Valorant. I haven't. Touched
you have to
Valorant
choose
since Lightfall came out because you have to. You can only really.
You have to choose one living game. You can't do multiple. Yeah. It's impossible. And like Fortnite, I will ride and die with Fortnite. You know.
I mean, I know people that play hardcore Destiny and WoW, so you can.
But you also have to have a life. And it's like
these people have kids, and
for Tom and I, it's like we're married, we have children. You know, it's
realistically, I can play Friday night and like Saturday and like Sunday morning.
Dude, you've been playing a lot. You've been making time.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
If Emmy she's been working more though, so then I have more time to be like, no, I just gotta get the kids.
I think that's the thing. That's the thing. Homework and then my soul a little bit. I'm like, oh, Tom's making the time. He's making the time for Destiny, but he can't.
What do you want to play?
We don't have a game, bro.
I know.
Like,
that's it. Like, there's this weird like void right now of like there isn't like a good co-op.
I'm like, where's my bro? I don't have my homie here.
Like there was, the Diablo beta was just out, but I didn't get that because I'm like, I'm gonna get the game. I don't need to play like this little amuse bouche of glitchy server land.
Well, here's the thing: is, being out. So shout out to Jeffrey. Jeffrey's friend of the show. We all love him. He was telling me about it. He's like, basically the beta is just all of Act 1. And I'm like, why would I want to play the entire Act 1 before the game launches? It's like, I would rather just play it when it launches. What the fuck? That makes no sense. And you don't get to, but you don't get to keep your save.
Nope. Yep. Same thing with Baldur's Gate. I put in 60 hours to Act 1, and I don't get any of that to carry over.
Yeah,
I want to play that game, but it's like, well, I'm not. I'll just wait till it's.
I am 100% gonna get Diablo 4. Like, there's no chance I won't get it. But I'm not gonna play the entire Act 1 and not keep a save and then play it again.
You missed out on the cosmetics.
I'm not gonna get some fucking stupid whatever.
We're going to make fun of you. I didn't get it either.
What is it? It's a unicorn or something?
I don't fucking know.
It's some rings that you can wear.
It's some backpack that you can wear. It's like a unicorn or some shit.
Yeah, or like there's like a dog in the backpack that pops up.
That's what it is. It's something like a unicorn dog or some bullshit.
Unicorn dogs.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Also, the fact that you can't constantly roll anymore, but fuck Diablo. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But anyways, I've lost Tom to Destiny. It's a shame.
And we found Tom in Destiny.
Death Roads with Ryan the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. That's
where were you?
I don't know. Probably working. That's all I ever do.
No, you were playing something else.
Yeah, you could have hopped in the stream and talked about it with us.
When? What day?
Give a code away. Is it Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I had a long day Tuesday. I was at work.
Yeah, we streamed till like 10.
Yeah, that was a late one.
I went to sleep. I did because I had to be up early for work. I had to be at work at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so now who's not making time?
I can't make time, bro. I got to work.
Hey, what I like was like, oh, maybe we'll do. What was it? What's the Wolong? Is that the game?
Love that game.
You're like, oh, maybe we'll play it for Wasted. Tyler's done with it already.
We'll
be doing it with Wasted anymore.
I'm on my second run right now. I'm in the middle of my second run. Rising Dragon.
Well, this is not on par then, because sir, you beat and delete.
Can I talk about Wo Long?
No, you haven't.
What?
Let me talk about it. I'll talk about it right now.
All right.
That game is pretty good. I know nobody else plays it. Nobody likes it.
Pretty okay.
I like it a lot. It's got a lot of.
Like you weren't real hot on it for a while. You're like, yeah, it's easy as fuck. Eh?
It is easy as fuck. The first part. Once you beat it, you unlock a second difficulty called Rising Dragon, and it's basically the entire game again, but they put it at a higher difficulty, and they also put all the bosses at a higher morale rank. And that's the shit that I like, is the morale system and the it's morale and like the something else system. I can't think of it. But morale is basically like a level within the level. So like your highest morale rank within the level can be 25. And the more you kill enemies, the higher your morale rank goes. And it's just a really interesting concept of like, oh, I'm going to get my morale rank as high as possible. And then like also it's all about deflecting. So like the better you are at deflecting, the better you are at fighting against the other enemies. And once you get that yeah, and that's what this game made me think of, is like I need to fucking play Sekiro because I haven't played it yet. And I think because I am really fucking good at Wo Long, it's like if I'm so good at this game, I think I should play Sekiro. I think I'd be really good at it. But I just really like that deflection system and the morale system. It's like, oh, I'll fucking kill everybody in this level. I don't give a shit. And get my morale all the way up. And then like figuring out bosses' timing to deflect, and like because when you deflect, it slowly like takes away their spirit gauge, and the spirit is basically stamina. And the more you deflect, the more their spirit gauge declines. But you also have to do like damage, and like when you do damage, it like increases on the spirit gauge. So you're like trying to decrease it and increase it at the same time. But they also do like ultra moves, and they like glow in red, and so it's very easy to spot, and you can deflect those. But you have to figure out the timing of them. So like once you get the timing down for all the deflections for their ultra moves, and you, like it takes away a fuck ton of their spirit, but it also adds to it at the same time. You just fuck them up and do like a what do they call that in Demon Souls or Dark Souls, like a visceral attack. You do one of those once you like deplete their stamina and like basically fill out that meter. And it's super satisfying. That combat is incredibly satisfying. It's a really good step up from Nioh and Nioh 2, because it's like the spiritual successor to that. It's made by the same company. And they do a very good job of keeping that combat from Nioh and like expanding upon it. But the downside is the loot system. The loot system is fucking atrocious. It's the exact same as Nioh, where it's like you're getting the same shit 1,000 times. Once you do the second run through and you're doing Rising Dragon, which is like the second difficulty, it's a little bit better, where it's like you're getting level 5 and level 4 loot, which is like gold star and green star shit, which is higher difficulty stuff. It's more fun. But I don't know, that the whole loot system is fucked up, where it's once you find out how you want to play the game, you basically just do that build, because there's like 5 different things that you can put attributes into. You have like stone, fire, water, lightning, and something else, air maybe. And once you find out what you want to put your shit into and level up, and you find that weapon that coincides with that thing, you're kind of just set. And so all I did was like fire and earth, because earth increases your affinity for deflection, and then fire increases your affinity for attack. And like once your affinity for deflection is higher, it's like you have a higher window to do a parry, basically. And then once you have a higher affinity for attack, obviously you're going to have an attack boost. And then you find a weapon that coincides with one of those things, and you level that up. Then you find that weapon that fits in between those, and you kind of use that. So it's like a spear is perfect for deflection, and attack, because it has a high attack affinity and it has a high deflection affinity. And you just go from there, really. And I don't know what else to say about it, but it's a decent Souls-like.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's easy. It's easy.
Would you say just like Neo? I mean, I guess if you haven't played Sekiro, but probably about that same sort of level of Sekiro's a 9.5, 10.
Never
This
played
is an
Sekiro.
8.5, 9. Like
for me, Wolong is like a 9. I love Wolong. I think it's a really good game. The combat is really good. The story is interesting. You have a lot of interesting characters and abilities that you can use, because there's a whole magic system that you can use that is also affiliated with each affinity. So you have like 5 different affinities, like I said, and there's a whole magic system that's affiliated with that you can use an entire magic system based on like lightning, fire, stone, that I never used really at all. So it would be interesting to do another run through as a mage and try to do that game. I would say it's better than Neo and Neo 2.
that's good to know.
But those are like
that was a bit-
7s to me.
Oh wow, I think you're a little low on that compared to most people too.
I think Wolong is like a 9. I think the combat is incredible. The combat is really good. It's like really frenetic and just like figuring out each enemy's like attack pattern and figuring out how to min-max that game is really interesting and fun. I like that game a lot. I mean, I'm halfway through my second run, and I've never done a Souls-like game and immediately done a second run.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through my second run on this one. You know.
Yeah.
It's a good
pretty
game.
solid praise in and of itself. Then
Yeah.
It's just
And it's one of those games too. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just one of those games that stuck. I've had a hard time here lately, because all my friends are playing Destiny 2.
Who?
And
I thought you didn't have friends.
yeah, just Ryan and Tom. It's fine. But
Ryan hasn't been playing that much Destiny 2.
Not compared to you,
Chris,
Tom.
Chris is always busy with work and working out because he's losing weight and looking handsome, and so it's. I just have nobody to play with, so it's like finding a single player game. It's like Wolong has been chef's kiss for me. I think people should play it. I think it's underrated as fuck. It's hard to compare it because it's like there's so many Souls-likes out there, but
yeah,
it's one of my top
it's on
5s.
Game Pass too.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my top 5s. It's so fun to play. It's so fun. It's so fast paced, and just like combat is so back and forth, where there's a lot of games where I feel like the combat is not back and forth, and all it does is make me want to play Sekiro, because it's like that's the thing I've heard about Sekiro is it's all about countering.
Yeah, it's all about getting your parries and your counters down for the most part.
And that's what Wolong is. That's all that's about, is getting those counters back down.
It's just the control scheme for me. I'm sure it's something I could grow into, but like I'm so accustomed to the way FromSoft lays out their controllers for those games that when I go into something from Koei Tecmo, I'm like, oh god, and it just feels wrong in my hands.
I think it's great. I love it. I love that game. I think it's really good. It's my second favorite game of the year.
It's pretty early.
Yeah.
It is early, but it's my number 2 right now.
There's a lot coming out.
A lot.
Jedi Survivor is gonna overtake it immediately. But I'm just saying.
Almost certainly. Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, it's probably my favorite game of the year because I've only beaten 2 games that have come out this year.
Yeah, slow year. I've only done like 4.
And one of them is One Piece Odyssey, and that is not the top.
I don't count as beating. That's just the black hole of dumpster fire. Yeah,
it beat us as much as we beat it.
The 6th ring of hell.
Yeah. I gotta go pee real quick. I've drank a lot of beer, so
let him go pee, and we'll come back and do TV.
That's right.
Tyler, you watched any TV shows you want to talk about?
Okay. What? Let's see. The Barry. Y'all ever watched Barry on HBO Max or HBO? Good. It's #1 show on TV right now. Nobody's talking about it except for Preston and I, apparently.
Well, there's a lot of people that are talking about it.
I'll tell you what.
I have to make time to watch it, so you can't talk about it.
Oh, you got to make time? You got to make time. Stop playing Destiny 2. How about that?
No.
30-minute episodes. They're easy to watch.
Yet to watch fucking Cyberpunk.
Has yet to watch Cyberpunk, who is not interested at all in Cyberpunk as a fucking thing at all.
Heard it
but
first
it's fine.
here. He hates anime.
Yeah, I hate anime.
How's Trigun going? Is that going good for you too?
I'm not caught up on Trigun.
Yeah, I'm
but
not caught up.
I've caught up on all of Barry. Barry is one of the best shows ever created. So funny, so incredibly clever. It's incredibly dark. So good. Could not recommend it enough. The last episode of season 3 is one of the most fucked up episodes of TV I've ever seen in my life. It's so good.
I will say, like,
so good.
The car scene with his friend, I don't think can ever be topped. In terms of, like, that was season 2, I think.
Yeah. No, that's season 1.
Is it? Jesus.
It's season 1. Where Chris? You talking about Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's season 1.
That is really, really hard to beat, but they came really close with season 3, and it was, I think 4 just had a trailer drop, so it's a good time.
4 is going to come out in 2 weeks on the 17th, I believe.
Oh, I did not realize that. I thought it was still
17th or 16th. No, 17th or 16th. The first episode is coming out of season 4, and it's also the final season. And where season 3 left off, it's like, bro, I don't know how
it's hard to touch.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like they kept thinking they were going to be discontinued at any point.
Yeah.
Because each season feels a little bit wrapped up.
Where it feels almost disconnected in a way, but also connected in the same way where it's like, my one big complaint is I wish they told me how much time had passed in between each season.
Right. Feels weird.
Yeah. Especially between season 2 and 3, because there's a lot of shit going on in season 3 where it's like, you need to explain this a little bit.
A lot of, people would be a little bit more on his trail. So for anyone that doesn't know, Barry is a bounty hunter, an assassin, basically.
Yeah, a former Marine who was an Afghan war veteran who comes back home and becomes a hitman for hire.
Yeah, and then he realizes that acting is his real true love. And he's been depressed this whole time, and he wants to become an actor. And
Henry Winkler is his fucking acting coach. And Henry Winkler is the fucking GOAT, dude. He's incredible in this show. He's so fucking funny.
And it's, I mean, just as much drama as comedy, and you, like, it will upset you so much at points. While also
it will make you
really
cry as much as it will make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of it's
again 30-minute episodes, 8 episodes maybe a season.
8 episodes a season. I said it in our private chat, but it is one of the best shows ever created, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too.
One of the most well-written, thought-out shows. It's like every character has like their very specific arc, and it makes sense for each character. And man, Barry as a character is a fucked up human being.
Yeah.
And it's like you hate him, but you love him at the same time. You're like, why are you making this decision? But it's like
it tears you up every single time he fucks something up.
So good though. Could not recommend it enough. What a fantastic series. I got obsessed with it. I just finished season 3 and I've already thought about rewatching it before season 4 starts. Like
I think we're gonna rewatch season 3 before 4.
It's so good. Other than that, I haven't really been watching too much. Just finished My Hero Academia season 6, which is, you know, if you've seen that, you know what it is. And then just been watching One Piece when that comes out.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think the game turned me off trying to watch any One Piece for a while.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did wonders for you. I'm glad.
It really pushed me. I was hoping it was going to help me want to watch it more, and it actually had the negative effect.
Pushed you away.
I'm so glad that happened.
It's like,
any shows, Tom?
I haven't watched the latest Mandalorian, but I had completely forgotten that had come out, so I watched that. I've been rewatching The Witcher, so I'm almost done with season 2 again. I really enjoy that show. Don't know when the next season's coming out.
Is it getting? Is the next season is no longer with?
No, next season is still Henry Cavill. It's the season after that. It's freaking Liam Hemsworth, which I'm really curious to see how they're going to make that fly. Plus, Henry Cavill is probably like, God damn it, these fucking DC sons of bitches.
Yeah,
dude.
He's like, I just got rid of The Witcher. Now I don't know. Now what?
I didn't know this. Did you know that he was Theseus in The Immortals? Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, he's really skinny in that. There's another movie he was in with Bruce Willis that he's like super skinny. And then there's, I can't remember.
It's before he was Superman. He was Theseus. Preston, you ever seen The Immortals? Great fucking Greek mythology movie. Incredible movie. But Henry Cavill
is very fucking.
But Henry Cavill is the main character. Is Theseus.
I wouldn't have known.
He's skinny as fuck.
2011.
Have you ever seen? I'm sure you have not seen, but man, what the hell is it called? It's Guy Pearce, and he plays like the kid in it. What's that one called? Continue on, and no, it's
he's in Man from U.N.C.L.E. as well.
Yeah,
that movie I did not enjoy.
Henry Cavill is such an underrated actor, though.
Well, the big thing that's going to hit for The Witcher is when they would be doing stuff, he'd be like, "Well, this is how they would do it in the book," and people would just be like looking at him like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he said that.
He's a big source just because he's such a geek.
Yeah, he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be a big hit. And then you go into fucking Liam Hemsworth, who nobody cares about him at all. Well, the Count of Monte Cristo is the movie I was thinking of.
Oh, that's old. Yeah, that's an old movie.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager in that. You want to see him tiny.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the movie to see him tiny. But yeah, so I was rewatching The Witcher. And then TV shows, I haven't really been watching much lately for TV.
Barry.
Preston, anything other than Barry?
Which I cannot do that.
Then fucking watch it with her.
Oh, we're recording this podcast, Tyler.
Yeah. She's off tonight, and I was supposed to do Wasted and record this long-ass podcast, and then she works tomorrow.
Like, oh, she's off on Sundays. Okay, then watch with her on Sunday.
Sunday night, where we basically talk about what has happened the entire fucking week because we haven't seen each other.
Barry. It's 30 minutes.
Watch it while we're talking about the week, so I won't pay any attention to it.
Put the subtitles on. You can read it.
So I can say, I watched it, but I don't know what's happening.
How about that Mandalorian, huh? That's pretty good show.
So far, the first 2 episodes, yes.
First 2?
3. We already talked about 3 and 4. I didn't really care for 3 and 4. Sorry.
You haven't talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, but we talked about it, and that's all we needed to do. If people are watching The Mandalorian, they're watching The Mandalorian. They're already past where I am anyway.
5 is one of the best episodes of the season. It's great.
There's a lot of best ofs happening today for Tyler.
Would you say it's one of the best of this series?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's one of the best episodes. It's really good. It's a really, really good episode. If you love Carl Weathers and you love The Mandalorians, and
you love Carl Weathers, you should watch Arrested Development.
I was just going to say he's a great acting coach. I mean,
I was talking to my dad because my dad and I were drinking beers earlier and watching The Mandalorian. And Carl Weathers does not look like he has aged at all since Happy Gilmore when he played Chubbs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He looks exactly the same. But in the new episode,
I mean, when you're Apollo Creed, you can live it.
But when episode 5 came out, Tim Meadows is in episode 5. Spoilers for those who haven't seen it. And Tim Meadows is looking old as fuck in that. It's crazy because you look at Carl Weathers, it's like Carl Weathers is way older than Tim Meadows. But
Carl Weathers probably works out and takes care of himself. Tim Meadows is.
I'll tell you what, Carl Weathers. That's like
all the comedians look like crusty, like the Adam Sandler era.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is the only one that still looks normal.
Oh, I saw his new stand-up. It's pretty good.
Oh, it was hilarious on Netflix. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He talks about the slap at the end.
Oh, I should check it out.
That's the best part.
I've seen the short of just hit that bit from the special. I should watch the whole thing.
It's really not that much. It's like maybe 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's really like I'd say it's the last 10 minutes, really.
Yeah, but the rest of it's really good.
Yeah,
like, it's funny. I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But yes, movies. If we're talking about movies, I went and saw Dungeons and Dragons today.
Oh, how was
Was
that?
it good? Was it good?
I cannot recommend this enough. This movie is fantastic.
It
like,
looks
it is
so
really
good, dude.
pacing is very good. They do big name drops right away. Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate, as places. I'm fairly confident that it all takes place in Neverwinter.
All right, can I stop you real quick? Is it
No.
actually like a campaign? Because I
The
saw
way that some of it plays out, you can see like it would play out very much like one of our campaigns would play out. Like if you would take how we did The Haunt,
yeah,
like it's Chris Pine's like comedy from it goes a little more from what he was as like
he's the
Kirk.
bard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he essentially does nothing the whole time, and they call him on it a couple times, and it's hilarious because he's
Bards.
basically hitting people with his lute.
Yeah.
Like
I
he's not
saw
even- he sings like maybe 2 songs, and they're just like randomly, but there are really good parts in it, and I don't want to spoil it. But
I saw a
it's-
clip where the kids from not Stranger Things, Freaks and Geeks were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and they said it was associated with that movie. Is that true?
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's callbacks to the cartoon at the end.
Well, then
So
never
if
mind.
you watched the cartoon in the late 80s, they have the original characters actually in it at the end. It's kind of cool. No, like if you don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, doesn't matter. This movie it's
Still
really good
solid.
pacing. Harrison Flash loved it. It was hilarious. They're like just the weird comedy that is very on par with our comedy. That
It
happens
looks
throughout this movie.
so good.
It is very good. I cannot recommend it enough to go see it.
Is it better than the one with Marlon Wayans?
Yes,
Okay,
but I mean, I like that one anyway. But
that's what I'm saying. That one's
yes.
good. That one's fun.
Oh yes, this one is much better, and like, I really hope it opens the gateway for more Dungeons and Dragon movies because this is
that's such a
it is very good. It is
That's awesome.
probably it tops most of the Marvel movies that I have seen in the past, like recently.
Since No Way Home.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I like this way more than I liked fucking Black Panther.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
It's
to
good.
know.
yes,
Yeah,
I
'cause-
cannot recommend this. There's just parts that are just it's just funny. Like it has a good pacing of story, comedy, action. Like it doesn't stack in one direction. It's a very good
How long was it?
flow. It's about 2 hours.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, Harrison made it through it, and he's 5.
Here's the thing. It's like I've had a big problem here lately because I've been rewatching the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, if you
my
watch the
God.
extended cut, you're like 4 or 5 hours.
But movies are too long. You know, it's like a good movie needs to be between like an hour and a half and 2 hours.
But it's like John Wick. I think is like 3 hours.
The
Is
the
it
new one
really
is.
John Wick
Yep.
4?
People are
Yeah.
very not happy about
John Wick-
the.
John Wick 4 is 3 hours and I think 15 minutes.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
That did kind of tank my excitement for that. I was really wanting
Yeah, I
to
think
make sure I
it's
went and saw
it's
that
over
in
3
theaters.
hours.
No, go see Dungeons and Dragons in theaters.
Yeah, I definitely will see that.
very very good time.
That
I
might be a
like.
tomorrow thing.
What's his name? Justice Smith, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
If you were
'cause
playing the Quarry, he is a very. He's just
All the
like,
clips I've seen is he's so
unconfident-
fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, he's like the unconfident mage and just does not believe in
Yeah.
himself, and he's just like a pile of garbage.
He's so
There's
good
a-
in the Pokemon movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a girl that plays a druid. So you do get to see an owl bear. Like it's like the first thing
Oh.
she does. One of Harrison's favorite part is when
That's
she
so awesome.
turns into an owl bear at one of the points. It is
How is
fucking
Michelle
hilarious.
Rodriguez?
It's very good. Like, and I don't.
I
She's
love her,
usually
dude.
Pretty stalemate.
I
And
like
she
her, dude.
She has that stone face, but she is the
Great
warrior.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very
plays-
good.
Plays sort of like the straight man to all of their
Yeah.
ridiculousness.
Is she a
She's
barbarian
hilarious.
in that or a warrior? What is she? I thought she's a barbarian, right?
It's not a class, man. She's got fucking an axe that she steals from a guy and asks him how he cleans it, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And she
I
likes
like
to
her a
eat
lot.
potatoes.
Yeah. She's a great character.
Hugh Grant is fucking hilarious.
Is he the bad guy?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, so that's a yes.
Well, he's on their
Well,
team.
He's on their team. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's a bad guy. He
Yeah.
betrays them. All right, we got it.
It's the
We get the
Preston
story.
of the group.
You just
Got it.
want to spoil your own
What?
movie, so that's
No,
fine.
I want to know what I'm getting into. It sounds great. The movie sounds great.
There's a mimic
what
at some
is it?
point. You know, there's
I saw that in the trailer.
there's a fucking slime, the big square slime that is
So
pretty hilarious.
Gelatinous cube.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
They're very good parts. Like I'm saying, like it's one of those movies where you go and watch it and you're like, you know what, I want to go home and play a game that's like I watch a lot of movies, and usually if I watch a movie and it's in a certain like path, I go home and I want to play something that is very much like that.
John Wick game.
So it's like, you know what, I'd like to play Diablo 4 right now because that is very like in line. Like I don't want to download fucking Baldur's Gate and try and fucking do that on my computer at this point.
Preston.
It's good.
It is good.
I know it's going to be good, and I want to play it. There's a giant red spider at some point, Ryan, so you'll be scared. You'll cry.
It's in a turn-based game. It's
don't watch it, Ryan.
Oh, in the movie.
Don't watch it, you big baby.
It's not really. It's like in the distance, so you don't.
So I won't go tomorrow.
Big boo boo
No,
baby.
it's like literally on screen for 10 seconds, and it's not a giant spider. But it's a very good movie. I recommend it.
Okay,
that's good to know. I'm glad because it looks so fun.
It'll be my movie this year.
It is a very fun movie.
So all the trailers like portray it correctly because all the trailers.
I don't think the trailers did it justice. Like
really,
yeah,
it's good.
No, I thought it was a lot better than what and I knew I wanted to see it, but it was like it had like I said, the pacing is very good. Like the pacing is just on par with
perfect.
Because
I already thought it looked good, so that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. If you hate it, it's not my fault.
Yeah, but we like similar things, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it is very. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very like I imagined it as it was going on. I'm like, if we played another campaign, like how we like Jeffrey, like the original one that did the haunt, like this, it would play out minus standing on top of each other, peeing into a phone. That's very much how it would have played out.
That was
into a pool.
Great choice.
A pool that had a beholder in it.
Yes.
The pool that had a beholder in it.
There is no beholder in the movie.
Oh, still, we fucked that beholder up.
Yes.
Yeah. After it nearly killed you.
No, it did kill him. I had to bring him. Oh no, he didn't die.
Unconscious.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was brought back.
But yes, no, it's a very good movie. I cannot recommend it enough. I really enjoyed it.
Preston looks frozen in time.
So okay. Still
he blinked.
He's buying tickets right now to go see it tomorrow.
That's right.
I think I will go. I was between that and John Wick 3. I think John Wick 3 is definitely going to be or 4.
It's long, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be a spectacle though. Like 3 was gorgeous, and I was really glad. Or
I still
sad
haven't seen
that I
3.
missed it in theaters because there's a fight scene toward the end that's
super. Do you not have
colorful.
a good TV?
It's just one of those.
Yeah, I have. I usually buy good TVs right away, so I don't really care. Sitting in my bed watching 4K UHD movies is fantastic.
Mine has a nice little spot. What I really want to get is a good surround sound system.
That's
something that you miss out.
Yeah.
So
I got a sound bar, but
if you're watching stuff by yourself, fucking headphones are really gonna kill it way more than a surround sound, and you don't have to worry about neighbors and things
or not being able to hear what they're saying. And
I always put on closed captions.
Yeah.
Usually I have it on.
I have terrible hearing, so it's like I have
I have 4 children that like to run around and scream.
Same, but I also have
you have 4 children?
No, I'm partially deaf in my left ear, so I always put on closed captionings for everything because I can't hear shit.
Do they offer? Can you go to a movie that has closed captions?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Theaters offer that. I mean, that would make sense, right?
Yeah. You would probably have to call.
Usually theaters are loud enough for me to be able to hear them, but like when I'm at home,
you can get one of the hearing impaired ones that it's the guy talking to you. Man,
when I'm at home, it's really hard to find like a sound that like fits perfectly for my hearing because like my left ear, I only have like half of the ability to hear in my left ear. So like the left side, it's like if I'm facing that direction, I'm not hearing shit at all. That's why it's like putting this left headphone on. It's like, what's the point? I might as well just not have it on. You know what I mean? But I do it. Anyways.
So it'd fall off your head more easily.
That's right. But I really don't hear anything out of this side at all.
Oh, I also watched Knock at the Cabin. I don't know if any of you are interested in that movie.
Hear about it, Tom.
It was pretty good. That's all I'm going to say.
How was Batista?
It's funny because he's a gym teacher who's very like nerdy, and it's just Batista. There's a point where it's like they think he went through this window and it's like a bathroom window that's like a circle. I'm like, there's no fucking way his shoulders are fitting through that. Like, how would you even think he fucking went through that window?
Is he good in that movie?
He's a normal Batista. Like, he gives a solid performance. Yes,
he's a good actor. I think he's the best.
There's no
like the best wrestler turned actor. I think.
Oh sure, definitely.
I think
you ever seen Army of the Dead?
Yes.
Or what's that zombie movie that he's in?
Yeah, Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Is it Army of the Dead?
Yes.
He's so fucking good in that movie. And that's it. We're gonna end the podcast right there.
As Peacemaker.
I haven't finished Peacemaker, so
John Cena is pretty good as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yes because I love Batista as Drax, and I love him in Army of the Dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
So do you think he tops Dwayne?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Dwayne just plays the same character in every movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen him, not be Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
You know what I
think kind of like him less is finding out that he's kind of just rear-ended the whole DC universe.
You know what I think his best movie is? And I'm serious. His best movie is Jungle Cruise.
I never saw that one.
I don't know if you ever. It's very good. That is a very good movie.
Have you seen The Rundown? Because I mean, that's pretty. I like that Rundown with Sean William Scott.
It's fine.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
It's Christopher Walken. Come on, that movie is hilarious. Rosario Dawson.
It's fine, but I'm saying The Rock, his best performance is in The Jungle because there is a twist in that movie.
Not Moana?
It's very good. The Jungle is very good. Or Jungle Cruise.
Say he plays Mowgli?
No, in the Jungle Cruise, I can't remember what his character is, but there is a very good twist in the movie, and he plays it very well. It's good. It's very good. But he's good in Moana too, I guess, as a voice actor. But I'm talking his live performance. Yeah, the Jungle Cruise. It's very good.
All right.
Okay.
Any other things to watch, Preston? You talk about? You here?
Succession came back for season 4.
Is that good? Should I watch that?
Have you watched the rest of the show?
No.
It's long. There's a lot to catch up on, but it is one of my favorite dramas.
I watched all of Barry.
Oh no! This is
fuck Tom and Ryan. Just you and me talking, bro.
Well,
give me a Succession.
They're hour-long dramedy episodes. So
about what?
It's a family that owns a media company that is like basically Fox, and just sort of their like inner corruption, outer corruption. There's sort of all the siblings are vying for control to get CEO once the dad steps down or dies. There's like a bunch of fake outs throughout the entire.
You're losing him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. From what you know about me, from the times we hung out, would I like it?
It's very funny. It has. If you
got me, bro. We're good. He got me.
What the fuck is that guy's name? The guy that wrote Anchorman and
Will Ferrell,
The Big Short. I can't remember what his name is. Adam McKay.
Okay.
So he produces this and like helped write and direct some episodes, and so it's very much along the same lines of like.
But I'm asking you,
newer stuff.
You know me from the times we've hung out. Would I like it?
I say give it a shot. No promises.
Because I'm
he doesn't want to be on the line if you don't like it.
You know me. I'm a little heady. I like a little bit of suspense.
It's good. Like the drama of the family.
You know what? I think Preston and I we got a similar likeness going on.
You should check it out. I mean, if you like Barry, you're not going to be crying at this, but you're going to be changing.
I'm going to be like
sides and rooting for different siblings and stuff. Like 3 times per season, you're like, yeah, Tom's a fucking dickhead, and then you're gonna. Oh wait, sorry, bad example. But then, like by the end of the season 1, he's one of your favorite characters.
I think Preston and I we got a similar ilk going on here.
We got a mindset there.
Yeah, we got a
Tyler,
Find out
sorry,
after you watch this and
We're the
just like it.
same person, except you live in the fucking East Coast and I don't.
Tyler, I'm sorry. I will have to play Destiny 2.
That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself.
Succession season 4 came back and it was good. It was a very
There's
satisfying.
a lot of really good actors in that show.
And this is also like Barry. This is the final season, so that we're gonna get closure early on.
I'll tell you
4
what,
seasons. They know when to
Preston,
wrap it up
just
finish
me
it,
and
which
you,
I love.
bro, for a second, because they don't watch that many shows. HBO Max and HBO in general, the fact that they are like, this is the end,
Right. They
so
know
good.
when to stop something.
Correct.
And not
I don't know why
like
you're
Game of
saying it like I've never watched an HBO Max show before.
Because you don't know shit about nothing, Tom. That's why. You'll just go play some more Destiny 2.
I won't tonight,
Fall.
tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
and we've started watching Arrested Development. We're a little bit into season 2, and I'd never seen it before.
Why do you say
that is
like that? Do you not like Arrested
So
Development?
good.
You know, but here, you know what it made me think of is how good Seinfeld is.
Have you watched Always Sunny?
No, but I'll tell you what, we've
Dude,
been
you have to
watching.
watch Always Sunny.
Yeah,
We've
you
been
should
watching
definitely watch
like Seinfeld a lot lately, and Seinfeld is still so good.
It is, but 12th season of Always Sunny, they do a Seinfeld spoof, and it's pretty hilarious. Where Charlie
Seinfeld-
Day is fucking Kramer.
Seinfeld holds up so well. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so
Always
does
Sunny
Arrested
has Danny
Development.
DeVito,
Yeah.
and Danny
Yeah,
DeVito is fucking amazing.
Yeah, but Seinfeld has Jerry Seinfeld and Michael Richards before he said the N-word. So how about
he
that?
was a racist at that point, so I mean,
Yeah,
But he
was still
hadn't said the
better racist.
N-word in public. So
now you got to cancel him. I'm sorry.
It's over. He's done.
Ryan,
Yeah,
Ryan, you like
we
TV?
watch Seinfeld. not
Me?
that. We know that Ryan watches nothing. I don't know why
No.
you're
Ryan
asking this
watches
question.
If anyone ever decides to finally watch BoJack Horseman, I will gush with you for a very long time.
The show is so boring.
You're
fucked
in the head. That show's fantastic.
I watched
Preston,
the
tell this
first
guy he's wrong.
season, and then it was the end of it. for
No,
me.
the first you got to get to the second because the first
No,
season.
no,
No, they didn't know that
It's
they was
not
going to be.
happening.
I got to like season 3, and that show is the most depressing
You-
show. I mean,
Yeah, and it's great. Like that's why it's great is because it is this really deep look into mental health problems, and it's fantastic for it, and it's so good.
Pass.
Also,
ass.
I promise I will one day watch it.
He's a liar.
He's gonna decide to watch it when Netflix drops it, so then it won't matter.
Look at him. He's like, I will watch it.
it's their show. They're just not going to make any more. It's staying on Netflix.
No, they'll
It's-
drop it eventually. They'll be
It's
like,
the
"Yeah,
best
gone."
thing on Netflix, in my opinion.
Okay,
Press-
no,
Preston and I are
I
going to
don't-
start a
I
Barry
don't know about that.
podcast after this. We're going to
Ooh, a Barry
talk about
podcast.
Barry because Barry is so good.
It's gonna be a very short podcast.
There's a lot of
Fourth
talk
season
about
and
it.
it's done.
3 seasons right now,
Right,
Fourth
but
season
the
is
fourth
the
season is gonna be and then it's done.
but we can
Half-hour episodes.
speculate about the 4th season.
You just start your own fan fiction.
Ooh, I
Ooh.
wish.
Fanfic pod.
What do you think? Is he going to jail forever or what?
Go ahead.
He's gonna kill himself.
At what point does Sonic enter and want to give Barry
I
a chili
thought
dog?
about that. I think he is going to kill himself.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about the food.
You think he's going to
Or
kill Fuchs?
the
He's killing
girlfriend killed
Fuchs. He's killing Fuchs, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuchs is dead by the end of season 4.
I think Barry's dead.
Why don't we plug this new
I
podcast?
also think Barry's dead.
He's been dead the whole time. Been dead the whole
Oh,
time.
that'll be the twist.
No. Hold on. Wait.
He
We have
never
more to
left
talk
the
about.
war.
I have more to
We need to talk about me going to eat fucking food.
bro. Start.
I've read books, bro. Or listened to books. I got books to talk about.
I finished the Mistborn Era 1 series. it was very
Mistborn?
good.
I've listened to
You know, I
Mistborn.
think at this juncture, my point of the podcast is finished, so I'm gonna just go.
Tom, you're not leaving.
It's 2 hours. I am fucking hungry.
We're having a great time. We're having a fun time. I'm drunk. We're sitting here having a
Well,
good
that's
time.
why you're having a great time.
I'm just gonna get the food and come right back.
Yeah, just get the food and come back. What's up? We're hanging out.
Nobody listens anyway. Who gives a fuck?
I'm just gonna drink this whole thing of fucking children's cough medicine and see what happens.
Oh my god, do it. You won't.
The most depressing stat I think I've ever looked at in all of my 3 years of making whatever is audience retention. It's horrible. It's always like
here's the
average is 1 minute 30 seconds. It's just
here's the
so bad.
Here's how I feel about it is we're way more entertaining than a lot of people. You know, we have a lot more funny things to say.
It's nice that you can stay humble and with all this fame.
Thank you. But no, we can relate to the common people.
At least we make each other laugh. I mean,
yeah, no, and that was
nobody makes me laugh more than myself.
right.
You know,
that was my take whenever I sort of joined the Draft Punks guys. It's just like, man, it's just a good fucking time to sit down and chat with people.
I still have no idea what is going on with that. So what's up with that? You're draft. You are.
Yeah, I guess.
You are a draft
my way. Yeah.
I
was supposed to just
It's level 0 over with.
Yeah. That we just kind of slowly petered that out, and I wanted to do a final episode because I still have one in the tank, but I just don't feel like editing it, so it's just not gonna happen.
Greg is such a good guy, though. You know.
Yeah, and that was the hard part. Was like whenever he decided he didn't want to do it anymore.
Because he's too busy, right? You know.
Yeah, that's not going to be. It's all the Destiny 2 he plays.
Yeah, Tom, you should just hang out with Greg. You and Greg, because it's that's him.
Just doing that raid last night, I had anxiety already. Just playing with random people. That's why I like playing with just my dad and my brother.
Yeah. Well, me, bro.
Because, you don't want to play Destiny,
dude. But I want to play other stuff. We're like best friends. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know a game that's out right now because you don't play Destiny. I didn't, and I don't really care to play Wolong. So, what
I've been
game is out right now?
I've been crying to my wife all week about how we haven't been playing games. Terrible. I'm like, I have no friends. Tom's gone. I don't know what to do. He's my best friend.
Let me tell you, Meet Your Maker next week is going to be fantastic. And you know what? I'm probably going to drink anyway because I'm not going to get called at night. We get called during the day.
Ryan, Preston, you guys want to play Meet Your Maker with us?
It's only 2-player, Bill.
I'll go fuck myself. That's fine.
Because I looked it up the other night when I was playing with Ryan because I was curious on how many people it is. And it says you and one of your... Well, it says you and your friends, but it's teams of 2. So theoretically, they could play. We could raid their fucking base, but then they would know where all our traps are because they would just be watching the stream.
Haley's
been like, how that works? So can you share your base with your friends?
Yes,
you know,
I think so. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
Haley's
been raid co-op, and you can make your base co-op.
Haley's been like, why haven't you been playing with Tom? I was like, I have no friends. It's fine.
because you bought these glasses for Liam. That's why. You won't talk to me anymore.
I'm a fucking loser. I have no friends. I don't play Destiny. It's fine.
It did completely take me away from the Valorant group. I just immediately at night I'm playing that rather than Valorant.
That's better for us, Preston. I mean, we're in this.
Yeah, I've been playing Valorant for 2 years.
Oh, it's terrible. Tom and I haven't played a game together in 6 weeks.
It's been long.
It's been terrible.
Yeah, Anthem.
I miss my buddy.
Well, because March has been just awful for me. So,
not that I don't love Ryan and Chris, but Tom and I always play together on Saturdays. I'm like,
I'm still waiting for I get to be on when I can be on Gotta Rank 'Em All and just shit on everything.
Gotta Rank 'Em All is the best, dude. It's one of the best shows ever created.
I've literally never listened to a single episode.
Yeah, it's the best.
The best that I haven't listened. I know. Pretty good.
Yeah, but listen to it because you're a jerk.
I don't like Pokemon. Why am I a jerk? Because I don't like Pokemon. I don't feel like this is
You don't have to like Pokemon to listen to it. It's a great show. It's funny. It's
also when do I have time to listen to stuff?
When you're driving to work, when you're at work. I don't know.
Listen, literally everything I do is within town. It's 15 minutes away.
Oh yeah, but you listened to a whole book the other day.
One book.
one book.
I've listened to
a whole
one book since
You're
we
gonna
did
listen
it.
to at least 3 episodes of Gotta Rank 'Em All, you piece of shit. What are you talking about?
How long is an episode of Gotta Rank 'Em All?
An hour.
Hour 30.
Early episodes were a little bit longer. The more recent ones are a little bit shorter.
So I could have watched, or I could have listened to 8 episodes because the book I listened to was 8 hours long.
Ryan, how good are our episodes?
It took me a month and a half.
They're a lot of
They're
fun.
better
I love
than
Gotta
all
Rank
the
'Em.
episodes that Preston are on, for sure.
I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
Well, that's literally
know,
like
that's
that's
cool
my
looking one.
boat. I don't like Pokemon, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm
Dude, but
raking-
all
like
we do
Pokemon
is
enough.
listen.
I don't
All
know.
Gotta Rank 'Em All is he just talks shit about Pokemon. It's
Right,
funny.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this Pokemon looks like a piece of shit. I hate it.
Yep.
It's the best.
I judge them by their cover for sure.
You know what? We just need to record more. That's the problem. Is we just don't
I'm not
record.
denying that fact.
We waited 2 months. We got Tyler drunk, and here he is. Just like, you know what, guys? Just holding the mic really close.
I am very.
Bob Barker over there. Remember to spade and neuter your cats and pets.
I've had like 19 beers today because my power went out earlier because we had storms come through, and I watched The Mandalorian all day with my parents. So
You know what you should have watched? Always Sunny. That is a great drunk
Arrested Development.
show. Or Arrested Development up till what, the 3rd season? What when does Netflix take
After
over? Because
3.
I could
After
not.
3.
That first Netflix season
I
is
think
rough.
both of you are liars, so I don't believe either of you. So that's fine.
That's a good point. Yeah. I
Yeah.
forget that about myself sometimes.
Yeah.
It's the mustache, I think.
Can I talk about
Turns out
the
you're
books I've listened to lately?
Hey,
Does
Tyler,
Pornhub
earlier
make
you
books?
said you listened to books.
Oh.
What books
Oh,
have you
oh,
been listening to
oh,
recently?
Preston, I gotta ask you because you're a newcomer here on this episode, and the last time Tom was talking shit about me listening to books.
Hey, you
Do
said
you-
it right though this time.
Do you consider listening to books the same as reading books?
I was an English teacher for 7 years. And I got to say, the data shows that information retention is the same whether you read or listen.
Eat
So
a bag
we
of dicks,
encourage-
Tom.
But
Eat
does
a
that-
whole.
I'm
I'm
saying
not done with my point.
Go ahead.
So we encourage students to listen if it meant they were consuming literature. We
Eat a
said,
whole bag of dicks, Tom.
listen.
that's
Listen,
not,
whole
that's
bag of
not
them.
the point.
However-
The point is him saying he read a
That's
book
not
and he's
reading the
not
book.
reading the book.
It's not reading a book. However, I do think you have to say, I don't know why. I am very purist about it as well. Because
Okay,
a friend of
but
mine,
here's the-
she always
okay.
is like, "Oh yeah, I just read these 3 books last week." You didn't read shit last week.
Okay, but listen.
I've
so
been
Preston and
reading.
I are on the
I've
same
been
wavelength
actually
now.
Shut up,
reading
Tom.
Mistborn and actively reading Mistborn. It's taken me like a year to read it because those are so fucking long.
That
If I
book is
listened
so
to it, I
long.
would have been done in a week. That's
But-
a different level of effort that you're
But
having.
here's
to
the
put
thing.
in
So,
to
like somebody
dedicate
who
yourself.
doesn't have the time and is like stuck
Agreed.
in a vehicle, and like the only way to
Oh, yeah.
consume literature, would you consider listening to that literature a way of consuming literature as reading?
It was
That's
never
cool.
an issue of you were listening
You're
to a
such
book.
a
It was
liar,
the fact
Tom.
that you said
Shut
you
the fuck
read
up,
a book
dude.
and
You're
you
such a
weren't
liar. You're
reading
like,
a book.
You didn't read that
Look,
book.
look,
I was like,
I'm not invalidating the fact that you consumed the media.
Right.
Okay.
That's
No,
there was never a problem with that. It's like I read a book the other day. Bullshit. You didn't read a book. You listened to
it's
some
the
guy
same
talk
thing,
about a
dude.
book.
It's like I consume the literature. Who cares?
Like watering your
I-
chickens. You
okay,
just
I have a
pouring
question.
water
You
on
bag of
top of
dicks,
them?
you piece of shit. I live in the Midwest. I live in Indiana, dude. Everything's backwards back here. We got fucking street lights on fucking
Yes,
strings.
Say it.
I read the script for The Whale. Would you say I watched the movie The Whale?
All right. All right. You wouldn't look, I got the mic in the camera for the first time. You got me.
Now
You guys
we're
like how I'm sitting on a
podcasting.
beanbag? The beanbag doing
This
this?
is really comfortable.
It is.
Is it a love
What books
sack?
have you been listening to?
Okay, so I finished I'm currently caught up on there is a series called Fuck, I gotta pull up on my phone. Sorry.
Malazan's
That is a
looking to follow.
great title right there. Fuck,
No,
I gotta pull it up on my phone.
A couple weeks ago, so give me a second here.
I got a new tattoo.
Nobody cares.
Oh yeah.
Nobody cares though, I guess.
What is it?
Can you show it on camera?
I don't know. It's gonna be blurry.
Oh,
Lame.
wow, it really kind of
It really shows up in that camera.
really let it bleed. Oh, okay.
Can't
That's
see it,
impressive.
dude.
Kind of.
Nobody can see it.
Well, not if they're listening to the podcast. No.
Because they're not reading.
Hold on.
Yeah. Reading with their eyes, not their ears.
I've listened to a lot of books, so give me a second. I'm trying to find it. It's called Crescent City, Book 2, by Sarah J. Maas. I can't remember the name of it exactly. I'm trying to find it. But it's very good.
Does this work better? No, not really.
No, we can't see it.
Stupid blur. Yeah, well, I tried.
Crescent City.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sex in it.
Nice.
So Pornhub does make books.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
dude. It is very sexy. The first book is called House of Earth and Blood. The second book is called House of Sky and Breath. But it's
So one's about sex and the other one's about blowjobs.
They're all about sex.
Wait, so you're just driving around all day half chub, Tyler?
Yeah, he's just fucking half-mast fucking delivering
Always,
shit.
dude. That's why they call me Sarah J. Maas, because I'm half-mast the whole time.
Who calls you that?
Everybody.
Nobody.
All the customers.
Everybody.
But it's very good.
Here comes that weird kid that likes that stuff about some anime.
Weird
with
kid. He's a
boobies that jiggle
30-year-old
around.
man, but we called him a kid.
You call him, you're a
Do
kid
you
to me.
watch?
A kid to you? You're fucking 9 years older. You're not even that old, you piece of shit. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
Have you listened
I'm
to
42.
The Secret
42?
Life of
God
Addie LaRue?
damn.
Did you say The Secret Life of Avril Lavigne?
Yeah. No, about Addie LaRue.
What'd you
That might be
say? The Secret Life of
No, I'm sorry. The
Avril
Invisible
Lavigne.
Life of
She was
Avril
killed
Lavigne.
and she's a robot now.
Might be something you're interested in.
Say it again.
The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
I have not heard of it.
It's by V.K. Schaub.
Is it on Audible?
Yeah. It's
All
good.
right, I'll check it out because I
read
have
it.
Audible. I'll listen to it, you piece of shit. Tom, I'm gonna drive up there. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you.
Oh, by the way, it's been like a year and a week since you came up here. So Emmy said that the other day.
dude.
'Cause she had pictures of Ollie, and she was like,
It's been about a year. Yeah.
"That's when we met the pandas."
Yeah.
Well, when you met the pandas.
Well,
I've
yeah.
seen Ryan 3 times since y'all. No, not quite.
You guys live close. Tom and I live 9.5 hours away from each other.
I was at 9.5. Okay, yeah.
We're
fine.
super far away from each other.
Yeah, Baltimore's not that bad.
And
I mean, the trek
having
once.
the train system is huge. Like I can just hop on the train and just
Yeah, it's a
relax
3.5
my
hour
way
drive to
there.
Chicago, right, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I've finished 2 Crescent City books. They're very good. They're about like a fae princess and an angel, and they fall in love, and it's all about them like going against the world. Basically, it's very good. And then I've also been listening to there's this other book series called the Lycanius trilogy. I'm on book 2 right now. I'm about halfway through it.
It's like werewolves.
It's by James Islington. No, it's got a lot of time travel. It's got a lot of magic in it. It's
Sex?
very good. No sex.
Oh.
No sex at all.
I'm out.
That's why the
It's
other
very
one's so enriched in it, because this one has none. So you had to
Crescent
like, balance
City
that out.
Crescent City is one of those books where it's like it goes so in depth on the sex where you're like, this is too much. But the Lycanius trilogy by James Islington is very good. It's all magic and time travel and like it's very interesting. It's got a lot of really interesting concepts to it. So highly recommend.
Valorant new season just started, so you can watch that.
You
North
can-
America,
Too
the
busy
season
playing
openers.
Destiny 2.
But can you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I listen to it while I'm driving?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
I've definitely done that before. I've listened to matches while I was driving, and it's like half as good as listening to baseball.
But what if
like,
you drive nonstop? That's all you do all day is drive.
Travis does it. I don't understand. He'll message me midday like, "Hey, are you watching this game? Like, you should be driving. Why are you watching Valorant games?"
What the fuck does he do?
On, listen to it. Inventory for hospitals. Okay. So he drives around to different area hospitals constantly.
Why? I drive for a trucking company, so
yeah, it's a different level of driving.
A different driving.
Driving.
Don't drive. Do not get your CDL. It's a terrible occupation. I don't recommend
it. Have we made it?
Let's keep going. Let's just chill, bro. We're just like chilling here, vibing.
Recording so that I can at least.
Yeah, can we?
I'm sitting here on a beanbag, like I'm just like slowly getting more relaxed.
Do you want to plug those beanbag chairs?
I'll be honest. This is Ollie's beanbag. I don't know where we got it, but I
don't
stole
think
it.
anything is in focus on your fucking camera. Right
Nothing.
Sorry.
That's fine. I'm just letting you know in case you were curious.
Just in case.
I was having a great time. I was just chilling, talking, hanging out with my boys.
It's been a little while.
I haven't talked to you guys in forever.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Like 2 months.
It's a great Aaron Lewis. Right? That's his name? Dane?
Maybe.
I listened to a new Swedish metalcore band that's actually
okay. We don't care. Let's end the podcast. Let's go.
Lead singer is a violinist. It's
okay. Really and Preston, what do you got to plug, buddy?
We can't talk about music.
No.
So I was actually going to plug this really great Swedish metalcore band, but
they're called Eminence.
Eminence. See, the lead singer plays violin.
Yeah, I heard about them. They're pretty good. Okay, Ryan, what do you got to plug?
Go to the Music Underground. There's 2 songs.
Yeah, let's go to Music Underground. Ryan, what do you got to plug, buddy?
Real Draft Punks.
We've been doing.
I never heard about them. I'm sure they're good. Tom, what do you got to plug, buddy?
I think Wasted might come back some point.
Yeah, Wasted. Yeah, it sounds great. Can't wait. Tyler, what do you got to plug?
His butt.
You know what? We've got a new plug, Tyler. This is an intervention.
I've been waiting. Thank God. Nobody's told me to stop.
Don't look around you because your entire family has entered the room.
Yeah, they all told me, Dad, you're beating us. You got to stop. Just kidding. That's so fucked up. I've never hit my kids, ever.
For real, though. Preston, plugs?
Yeah, I mean, just a bunch of, we did the Draft Punks YouTube channel, and so I've been just pumping out videos on there here lately, especially with all the PAX coverage, but luckily they're like 3-minute videos. So if you want to learn more about any of the games that we talked about, Ryan and I chatted while we were at PAX about them, and I've overlaid gameplay and stuff. Very mediocre editing and production value, but it's what you get.
It's the best kind.
Yeah, that's what we do.
It's like a sci-fi made for TV movie.
Here's the thing. It's like the mediocre stuff. It's like, it's like, that's a real person.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a person who has a 9-to-5 and a real life and a wife and has sex in life,
In life.
Rachel, he's talking about her sex.
Rachel!
No, and so that's
Rachel, come over here and get hit in the head with another cabinet, please. We need the content.
I will not be continuing making videos at this pace after this. I'm so burnt out.
Yeah,
but still have another
week.
He
is going to do a stunner onto his fiance or girlfriend or whatever into a cabinet.
Yeah. It's a war zone in there.
It's gonna knock the door back on the ground and give her the tombstone right onto the cabinet door.
Oh yeah, exactly. Tom, plugs?
Wasted, maybe Saturdays.
We can do Wasted right after this.
No,
let's do Wasted right after this. Let's play,
you're definitely
you're
wasted.
He's hanging out with Emmy. Sorry.
You want to play something, Tyler?
Yeah.
All right, we can play something.
All I got is Fortnite, though. Preston?
I don't know if I've done.
I might have an update, but I could drop. Tyler, any plugs?
Just Wasted and
Also wasted.
What is this called? This is the
Friendly Fire Show.
This is the Friendly Fire show.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Supposed to be every week. We haven't done it in 6 weeks.
Every other month. It's a monthly. It's a bi-monthly podcast.
You'll get 6 Saturday morning.
I wasn't supposed to be on it today because we were supposed to have no power, but I got fucked up, and we're here. So let's do it.
Still fucked up.
This is Wasted.
Oh yeah, this is now Wasted.
Yes. Essentially what last call was prior.
Yep.
If we go back to the games section, I also played.
No, we're done. Bye.
The Hedgehog.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't talk about that game. Sorry.
And check out. I put out today. I think I put it out today. Yeah.
What was her name?
No. How much did you pay her?
Nothing. I put out raw audio footage, Preston and I talking about PAX while we were at the show, and me walking around getting interviews with some strangers while we were at the show. It was a good time. It's about a half hour long. It's raw audio. It's there's
giving it to you raw.
Crowd in the background. I did what I could to ease it up a little bit, but it's definitely some raw audio. So just go in knowing that. But it is a fun listen. A lot of good opinions. And thank you everybody for joining us on episode 2 of the Friendly Fire Show. We'll be back whenever we record.
Yeah. See y'all in 2 months.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Friendly Fire's Game Pod. I'm Preston.
Now in charge of another.
I've taken over another.
All of the community's podcasts.
Yeah.
What are those?
Time, look out.
Can't wait for the 99 questions with Preston.
What's the fungus from The Last of Us? Cordyceps? You're just the cordyceps of podcasting. You're just going through, taking them all over.